What's going on, sports fans? You can listen to Athletic Intel on Google, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen to ad-free on Amazon Music. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another episode. Today is actually going to be it's going to be very exciting. We have the NFL draft tomorrow night.
Yes, we do.
Well, tonight you guys will listen to it day of, but...
Yep, in the Dirty D.
Is it in Detroit?
It is in Detroit.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. That's why no one's going.
I think I read something where, again, I'm just throwing my fandom out there, but I think Green Bay is hosting it pretty soon too.
I wouldn't go to that one either.
I think it's next year.
Would not go to that.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
I'm just saying. From player aspect, what's that weather like right now?
Does it matter?
It definitely does matter.
Nah, man. Playing in Green Bay, man, you're built for the trenches. You're built for war out there. Unless you're playing against San Fran, then you're not.
Yeah, that's facts. But I'm talking about the guys that are going there for draft night.
Oh, yeah, man, it's draft night. Yeah, you know what?
I mean, there's only like 12 players going this year.
I know, it surprises me. You'd think that there'd be a whole lot more, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Think of it. Think of all the NIL deal draft parties you can go to.
Exactly. I guess we'll never know.
And I think Caleb's going to be there, right? I think he's there.
Yeah, I mean...
Your top four guys have to be there. If they're not, then that's just pitiful.
Yeah. I mean... I know some guys want to, hang out with their family and all that stuff at home, or if they're, this and that. I mean, you're someone like Caleb Williams. You're pretty much just the lock to be number one, which, by the way, rest in shit. Have fun in Chicago. Your career is going to die within 3 years. But, I mean, if you're someone like Caleb, don't get me wrong, he's good. I don't know if he's going to translate well in the NFL. Then again, that's just me being a hater. I hate the guy. But
You're
I respect
also a
him.
Packer fan, so I mean, it's just
that too. So it's a double whammy. But hey, yeah. But me personally, I don't like the way he carries himself. But once again, it's just me talking from my perspective.
Allegedly. If it was Jaden Daniels, would you still talk shit?
No, because he's actually good, and I hope that he goes to. I hope he goes to Washington.
How do you think that video is going to surface with the ASU locker room? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When they tear apart his locker?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's going to come up at least. We should find that video and put it out first. But that's how that mood's going to be set for him getting drafted number 2.
I thought he was decent at ASU, but I didn't think he'd turn into a fucking, superstar at LSU.
Oh, the issue was he played for ASU.
Yep, pretty much.
It's like Herm Edwards and that coaching staff had nothing going for that team.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot Herm Edwards was running the show there.
Yeah.
That kind of tells you everything all you need to know.
It's like nothing. Herm is actually a really, really good guy. It's just...
His coaching days.
It was just... I still have yet to go to an ASU game in maybe 12 years.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I know the last time I attended an ASU game was, funny enough, 12 years ago when they played against Wisconsin here. And we got screwed over on a last second little debacle because our quarterback didn't know what to do under pressure.
That's a vibe. You know what's really weird is I actually don't think I've actually been to an ASU football game.
Shout out to Joel Stave, shithead.
That's the name you don't hear so often.
Yeah, and I hope I never hear it again.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually been to ASU Stadium for ASU football game. I think I've only ever been there for a Cardinals game when they used to play there.
Jesus Christ.
That should tell you the last time I've been there, actually.
That's actually, wow, that's mind-blowing.
I don't know. That is a memory that always lives in my head.
Wow. That's Really hard to wrap my head around, actually.
Yeah, I was very, very low about that. So I have to look at their schedule. I would not waste my time to go watch that team.
No, I don't. I don't think anybody would, unless you're a season ticket holder or ASU alumni. I get it, but yeah, it's nothing really to look forward to. I think the last like decent prospect to come out of that school was fuck. I can't even remember. Didn't let me do hold on. Let me do some research real quick because I'm actually kind of curious now.
I'm like going through so many quarterbacks in my head right now, and I can't think of anybody.
See, I don't know.
You see, because the highest drafted player that I could remember that's gotten drafted within the last couple of years was N'Keal Harry.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm missing somebody.
Oh, was it Ayuk?
Is Ayuk ASU guy?
I'm almost positive. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
Well, I was like, there's no way.
No, he did. Yep, he did.
When?
He played college football at Sierra College and then Arizona State.
I had no idea about that.
Yep.
I am an IU guy from now on. That's pretty cool. Did not know that.
Shit, my first initial guess was Kalen Ballage.
That's who I was thinking of too.
Yeah.
That was exactly the guy I was thinking of.
Completely off topic, but I don't know what, because I was just searching through like players that went to ASU and all that stuff, and I had a tab open, and again, like I said, completely off topic, but I'm having that septum surgery next Tuesday, and literally all I could fucking think right now is getting like the IV injection thing, because
that's gonna be tough for you,
dude. My last two surgeries that I've had, because one was my right elbow and the other one was my left wrist, but like I remember both times that I had to get that shit done, dude, it took them like 6 or 7 tries just to get a vein. It was bad. I was getting pissed. I was like, really? Like, can you really not find a vein like that easily? It was bad. So now I'm just sitting there going, fuck, I wonder how many times it's going to take him on Tuesday. So
that's going to be really, hopefully once.
Well, if it's once, then I hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Might as well buy a lottery ticket at that point.
You should. Yeah.
Might as well.
All right. Getting back on topic to this draft.
Anywho.
I'm running through this PFF mock draft simulator.
Oh, yeah.
I've highlighted both of our teams. Okay? So we are drafting for our particular teams at this point. Okay?
Yeah, let me fire this up with you.
I'm actually interested to see what changes differently between our two.
Yeah. Let me know when you start yours.
I just started.
All right, mine too.
Did you choose the Cardinals or did you just start it?
I just started. I only picked Green Bay.
All right, cool. All right, so I picked both of ours, so I took Marvin 4.
Interesting.
Which I'm still debating the whole trade issue with there, because everyone keeps wanting us to trade with Minnesota. Mm-hmm. But then I also think that leads to a Kyler trade, does it not? Or is it just straight up for picks? See my issue there?
I'm not sure if trading Kyler is the right move.
I don't think it's the right move either. Right at this point.
See, you took Marvin at 4, right?
4. Yep.
So on mine, the Cardinals take Malik Neighbors from LSU.
That is a crazy reach if you have Marvin at that time.
Well,
but even then, Romeo Odunze. How do you say his last name?
Odunze.
He
gets drafted right after
That's
Malik.
Where, yeah, I was like, he's easily going 1-2. He's easily number 2.
Well, Marvin got picked up by Chicago at 9 on mine, so
How does he fall down
I
there?
don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not. That doesn't really quite make sense to me.
That's a reach just because I would even no I like the who does the Falcons pick for you? Joel?
Nope. Joe Alt goes to Tennessee at 7.
That's weird. That's where Malik goes for me.
Wow.
That's where that's kind of crazy.
Jeez.
I don't
who did
hate it,
Chicago
but,
take? Who did Chicago take at 9? Have you gotten there yet?
It's Elise Swagwa.
Oh, yeah, the tackle. Yep.
I don't hate it, but I mean, like, go get a receiver. But also, I guess if Odunze and Malik go 5-7.
So the first round for my simulation, obviously, Bears take Caleb at 1, Jaden Daniels, Washington at 2.
Yep.
At 3, the Patriots take Drake May, which no surprise of it. Well, really?
I have JJ. I have
JJ
Drake May going to New York.
Mine's the opposite. I got JJ going to New York at 6.
I don't hate that though. That's your rivalry for the next 5 years.
You know what? It is what it is, right? This one has Brock Bowers going to Minnesota at 11.
I have that.
That's scary. The Rams get Byron Murphy II at 19.
Who? I got
Packers at 25.
All right, I have them for your pick now. So on the board, I have Cooper Dean.
Yep.
Sarah Newton, Adonai Mitchell. My favorite, Kool-Aid
McKinstry. See, if I was a GM or for the Packers, I probably wouldn't last more than 6 months because
you taking Kool-Aid?
I would take Kool-Aid just based off the name. He passes the name test and everything. But the last time we took a kid from Bama that passed the name test, didn't work out so well.
Oh, Darnell?
Who? Haha, Clinton Dix. He was good for a year, and after that, he just forgot how to fucking tackle.
Yeah.
See, now obviously it's a simulation.
I hate that you told me that. I was so...
Obviously it's a simulation, but at 25, I feel like the right pick right now is Cooper.
I like that from Iowa.
I do like... The other thing that scares me, though, last time we took someone from Iowa, also didn't pan out so well, but that was a couple years ago. Things change. You never know. Nothing is a surefire pick, but
I actually respect that you know where most of your draft picks come from, but also since watching the draft, I can tell you where most of the draft picks came from. I would just have to think about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like Cooper at 25 is a safe pick. It's a safe pick.
I like that pick. So now Cardinals on the board again. I'm interested who it took for you.
Let's see here. Cardinals at 27, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and take a guess.
I have a lot of mock drafts that take Kool-Aid.
And just like those mock drafts, mine shows the Cardinals take Kool-Aid and McKinstry at 27.
And that's why I was really hoping you wouldn't take him at 26, because it was really,
Well, I'm hoping the Buccaneers don't take him at 26. The other thing is I'm also anticipating a shit ton of trades.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
I'm anticipating a lot of trades in the first round. There's a lot of buzz with JJ McCarthy and, potentially going to the Chargers when, it sounds like they've given up on Herbert or, Then again, you got to remember, they finally got Harbaugh at the helm. He's high on JJ McCarthy. Both of them are Michigan boys. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. The one pick I do like is Dallas Turner at 10 to the Jets.
That's interesting. I have him going to Denver.
Also not bad.
Not bad. Not a bad spot. I have. I'm not gonna get his name. I'm gonna call him Big O from Penn State.
Oh, yeah. Fashanu.
Yeah, Shanu. That was gonna be a lot easier. Yeah, no, I don't hate that. Give Aaron some support.
Yeah, for only 1 year.
You see that video of him throwing with Garrett?
Oh yeah.
Boy, cheesing. I liked it.
I'm really hoping chaos just ensues in the first 10 picks. And
I thought you were gonna say with Aaron. I was like, you can't hate on him after he comes back off of an Achilles. That's crazy.
Oh no! I'm hoping chaos ensues for the first 10 picks.
As long as we get Marvin at 4, I'm fine.
I'm really hoping that some GM is just stupid enough to reach for Michael Penix in the top 10.
Oh, that's right. Who do we have? 6?
Well, yeah, I put a little bit of money on Michael Penix to go 6 overall. It's there's a 1% chance of it happening, and I mean a 1% chance. But
that's gonna happen.
There was something that came out saying that could the Giants take him at 6 if there's a whole bunch of trades in the first round.
I will not lie to you. I don't know where I had this conversation, but I had this conversation with a Giants fan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I am really, really sorry if this is like someone that's like close to me because I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
We're talking about how the past few quarterbacks that the Giants have taken is like this cookie cutter diagram that they've just put on themselves. If I'm real with you, JJ McCarthy and Drake May fit that. We both kind of said, when is it going to be that time to change?
Mm-hmm.
And if that change were to happen, it would be Michael Penix.
So I'm hoping so, just for financial reasons.
I mean, I also say so, but like I don't remember who I had that conversation with, but like it kind of just sparked a new era in New York.
It would be cool, huh? In a fantasy world.
Think about it though. What was the issue with Daniel Jones?
Played at Duke.
They wanted him to be Eli Manning so bad.
Well, I mean, I guess I got what I wanted out of Jordan Love, but
Got a starter.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's all. Hey,
you know what he also got? You got a playoff
times in a row. Also true.
Me over here, 4th pick.
And we got Josh Jacobs out of it because he was like, I need to play with a good quarterback, blah, blah, blah.
That whole day was crazy.
Dude, Jacobs getting signed, Jones getting released. Him signing with the Vikings pissed me off, though. It's like, fuck you.
That's going to be fun.
They needed a running back, though, so, like, I
when
can't
do they play?
them.
Week 4?
I don't know. Hopefully early.
I think the draft should be fairly interesting tomorrow. I will probably only watch the first 10 picks. I'm quite honest with you.
I got to play softball tomorrow during the draft, so I'm just going to have it playing in the background.
That's fair.
If he gets drafted 6th,
you have to do an at bat with your shirt off.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I can do that. Absolutely.
That is what it is.
100%. I feel like
I can't believe you go Oppo. I don't think I've ever seen that out of you, Tommy.
Yeah, it's very rare. Once in a blue moon.
When you can't hit it out.
That's exactly what it is. Just flick the wrist, man. It's kind of like you and your golf swing. Just flick the wrist.
I was going to tell you. I was like, that's all you need to do with your golf swing. Is like just
snap
kind
the
of
wrist,
it's
man.
kind of just remember to go oppo and you'll be fine.
That's a good way to put it. It's a good mindset to have if you're up there golfing and trying to figure out how to fix your slice or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it. Doing it with baseball players is fairly easy. Fairly easy.
I know. I see all these videos of people at like fucking what's it called? Top Golf. You know, all these like Trout, right? Mike Trout was at Top Golf a couple of years ago.
Oh, he sent that one to the moon.
Dog, he hit it way out. Like just he cleared the nutting and everything. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
But I'm like, obviously this man probably golfs in the off season, so he's had tons of practice.
No, he's got a whole course being built, I believe.
Jesus, man.
If I remember, I think he is.
That's how you know you made it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's out in. I don't think it's out in California. I think it's out in Pennsylvania.
Oh no! Oh no!
Don't stop.
Oh no!
Stop. He has a home there. He's always there.
Ugh.
How many Eagle games have we seen?
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm just saying we're not getting on that topic because they already lost Shohei. Those people have already been through enough. Okay, they've already been through enough.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just
not winning a ring there. We all know it, but it's just
I'm just not gonna say it. All right, I'm gonna fucking say it. I don't want him to get traded to Philly, dude. I can't. I would just. Part of me would die. I can't see him in a Phillies jersey. I can't.
I don't want to see it either. Honestly, it looks horrible.
I'd rather see him. I'd rather see him be a career loser in LA than have a little bit of success.
I'd rather see him be a Yankee. I'm just telling you this straight up. Pinstripes just does not look good on him.
No, because they already have Soto and Judge.
Well, think of that outfield.
No.
They got the payroll for it.
This throws me back to
take a pay cut, but they gotta do it.
This throws me back to like when Harper was like in year 2 or year 3 and he was breaking out, and Yankee fans were posting like, "Oh, we're just gonna sign Harper and Trout and Stanton, and that's gonna be our outfield." And that was when Stanton was like serviceable. But they're like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna have these 3 in the outfield." And like, dog, if Trout in pinstripes, they get Trout, Judge, and Soto in the outfield, it's the same thing, if not better. I just can't do it. I can't see it. I can't manifest that.
I don't want to manifest it. It actually kind of pisses me off. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I don't want to like hate Mike Trout because he's a Philly.
Exactly. I just don't want to do that. I don't want it to have to come to that.
I'll let it happen, but like I don't need it to. Especially not this year. I drafted him in fantasy for the first time ever, and I'm going to be real with you. Waste of a pick. Really, really good home run numbers. But solo shots.
Yep. You got to see who he's hitting behind, man. He's hitting behind Luis Rengifo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That man is not going to get...
How bad is that hitting coach?
I just don't think they care.
Who is their hitting coach? Oh,
I couldn't even tell you. All I know is that Ron Washington runs that club.
Did you know? Very, very off topic. Hold on a second. We'll come right back to that. 2 seconds. I'm just scrolling through Twitter to just make sure we're not missing anything. Do you know that Devin Booker's getting a Call of Duty skin? Did you know that? That is the funniest thing ever.
Oh boy!
I did not think. That is why we are down 0-2. That's crazy. Anyways, back to Mike Trout. Yeah, the fact that like thinking about him playing for the Phillies is just straight up just like diabolical. Because I don't even know who the Phillies would have to give up to make that happen. Personally.
Yeah,
or are we just selling? Are we just selling because he's 32? How old is he?
I don't know what kind of assets that Philly has. I just don't. I'm not sure. It doesn't. Nothing rings a bell. Like, who would they trade? Because for a fact, or they get an offer for like, oh, you give us Trout, we'll give you Schwarber. No, hang up the phone. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
they're not going to give up like Trey Turner. They're not going to give up Well, they could give up Bryson Stott, I guess.
I did not think about that.
Part of me thinks Castellanos will probably be a part of that trade.
That would also be one because I'm not going to go there.
No. This is just bad. This is bad.
Yeah, Castellanos is just a very, very. It's not that he's a negative person. Just a lot of negative stuff happens when he's good, and honestly, I don't think we need to put him in Los Angeles. They were doing. We don't. Not with the Angels. That team's already bad enough.
Yeah, I can't believe they got suckered into giving it Anthony Rendon all that money.
Yeah, he's bad. He's still got one hit. How has he not been DFA'd? Well, I guess the contract. That makes sense. That's my point, though. Like, hitting coach is just that bad, or what?
It's a combination of everything, honestly, I think.
There's no reason that team should be that bad.
I mean, at least they're not the White Sox, If I was a White Sox fan, I would just be questioning my fandom at this point.
Well, I could be a Cubs fan, but at least the Cubs win games. But no, the White Sox have their own issues as far as I can't even tell you who's on their team anymore. Is Yohan still there?
Yeah, Moncada's still there. Eloy's still there. They do have Garrett Crochet.
Is Eloy still there, though?
Yeah, he homered the other day. He homered yesterday.
What's his average?
I'm gonna look it up right now, but I'm gonna guess it's lower. I'm gonna say that he's hitting 218.
I was thinking like 208. That was my.
Let's check this. Eloy Jimenez. Oh, wow. He's hitting 195.
Garbage. But like that's what I mean though, is that like there's like literally on that team nobody.
I'm sorry, bro. Hold on.
Wait, they have Luis Robert. Right? That's right.
Am I seeing this right? Danny Mendick is hitting 308.
That's a guy.
Dude, their lineup is awful.
Yeah, it is.
I did not realize how shitty this was. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in their lineup hitting less than or lower than 200. Eloy's hitting 195. Andrew Vaughn's hitting 157. Benintendi's hitting 167. They have Kevin fucking Pillar hitting 174. And then they have Braden Shoemake, their second baseman, hitting 158. I mean, figure it the fuck out. Figure it out.
Sorry, Jesus, I didn't get to watch the Braves game today, so I just watched that.
Joey Gallo's hitting 134.
Where's he at?
Washington.
How did he end up in Washington?
Eddie Rosario. Your boy Eddie Rosario.
Would I die?
He's hitting 111.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're not a Brave. I love Eddie too. I miss him.
It actually pisses me off because remember when you guys got Nicky Lopez? Yeah. And he just turned into like the greatest contact hitter of all time for the duration of his Braves tenure.
Yeah, no, that was like the craziest thing ever. Right? Where's he at now?
Let's find this out.
Nicky was like a special breed in in
He's an American
MLB The Show.
professional baseball shortstop for the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah,
He is hitting 203.
let's go.
I was talking to with Tyler the other week about the random Tyler O'Neill power surge.
Bro, I bought into it too. I got him in fantasy and it just let me down.
You know who else is having this random power surge that the MLB needs to probably piss test like yesterday? Travis fucking Darno.
Yeah.
What? I can't comprehend.
So I have a comprehension for it. I don't know if you remember. Well, yes, but like I don't remember if you know that this time last year, I believe in like the first series or first couple series, he got injured, and it made Sean Murphy the everyday starter from then on.
Yep.
Same thing happened this year. Sean Murphy getting hurt. Roles flip flopped again. I think he just kind of knew that he had something to prove this year, and he's doing it. And it's nothing against Sean because Sean's really good as well, but it's just him. It's him being him. We just didn't get that sample size enough last year with them splitting time. Yeah, but also, I love that they split time because they do really, really well. And we also have times when one of them is DHing.
Yeah, it's a fair point. You know who's really pissing me off on the Braves this year is Matt Olson.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about him because he had his spurt in the first couple series of hitting a few home runs, but he's slowed down since then.
You know, I'm used to him seeing. I'm used to seeing him hit, a home run every like 3 days, 4 days, but I feel like he hasn't hit one since beginning of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe their cheating lab's finally coming to an end.
You're right. Just making trash cans.
Well, that never happened.
Right.
Allegedly.
You and that word. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was times I listened to parts of the podcast just to make sure audio sounded good, and like every time I heard allegedly, and then what came after it was always just the funniest thing ever.
Okay, I just hear the phrase, "I'm just saying, take care," in my head, over and over and over. Hey, Twitter world, yours truly. Speaking of, OJ, I guess rings a bell. How about Mr. Reggie Bush finally getting his Heisman back to him? Good for him.
Kind of forced, but I mean, we'll take it.
Hey, good. I'm happy for him. He one of the most electric college football players we've ever seen. Well,
no, it's nothing against him, but I just think that the NCAA got to a point where
they had to force
shout out to social media because it just got a hold of them, and that council probably just couldn't handle it anymore, and they were just like, yeah, we got to give it back before we're all headless in front of our families.
Dude, if they're letting college players get paid now, you might as well just give it back to them.
Just so sick to see the pictures, dude.
You know what I mean?
I'm happy for him. It made me beyond joyful to see that he got his Heisman back.
I used to not really be a fan of Reggie Bush post NFL. Well, I hated him when he played with the Saints, but I mean, if I'm being honest, I wasn't the biggest Reggie Bush fan, so I kind of was like, I don't care if you have your Heisman or not. But after a couple of years, it's like, well, just give it back to him. It's only fair. All these kids have NIL deals with, they're making millions of money while they're in college. If they're gonna allow that, give him his fucking trophy back. It looks bad if you don't. Yeah, you're kind of targeting him.
Yeah, and like, there's also just the whole stigma with how that whole team was ran when Pete Carroll was there.
Yeah.
Like during their championship runs and stuff. Like there's a lot of issues there.
God,
and
that's where hate Pete Carroll, bro.
Listen, yes. Did he retire? He's still there, right?
I don't know. I haven't been in the loop with Seattle.
I haven't either. I don't have his number. I was gonna text this kid, but yes, I can just do research. Pete Carroll. Kind of scared me because I saw San Francisco, but I forgot that he was born in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. I'll do it.
Why do I not see a team next to you? No, he's still there. Yeah. Still the present head coach. Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah. Still going strong. But like that whole that team that he had.
How old is he? How old is he?
I didn't want to
78. Same age as Biden?
72.
Oh. Way younger than him. Never mind. I was wrong.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I could walk right by Pete Carroll and like
not give
really,
a shit.
not well, like not even just like realize that like I'm like walking next to him. I didn't realize how casual he looked. I thought he was a lot more
wrinkly.
I might be real with you. I thought like at some point he had like some muscle to him. I feel like he's always like running around and stuff. I feel like he's got like this sense of athleticism to him that he's always kept his body up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just been around the game for so long.
I'm thinking about him trying to like lift DK. Did you see that video with him and that high school kid?
Yeah, I wonder what I saw that on TikTok the other
Bro.
Yeah, he put that kid on blast.
Yeah,
dude, if that was
you?
me, I would have been pissing myself.
That kid was pissing himself.
Dog, and at the end where he's like, "Good luck to you."
Yeah, no, I literally just don't even think that like.
Do you know what started that? Because I don't.
I don't know what provoked him to say that Jalen Ramsey's your dad.
Is that what the kid said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I tip my hat to him.
I think it was just like a bunch of chirping.
At least he said it in person rather than behind a screen. I respect that.
And that was the thing. I commented on it on Instagram through the account. Just simply just like, you guys just keep forgetting that you're not on a screen anymore.
Yep.
Like, should not have had. We're talking about DK Metcalf.
Oh yeah.
Like, what was it? Like 2.6% body fat?
Something ridiculous.
Something like just like absolutely dumb. Why are we messing with him as a 15-year-old?
I think DK went to Ole Miss. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know why
boys
I know
don't
that.
play around, man.
They don't. He's a different breed too.
Yep.
I hate that he's a Seahawk because every time I watch him play, it's always against us.
Oh.
And I want to see him do great because he's a really good receiver, but then like it just...
I'm dealing the same thing with Justin Jefferson.
I won't lie to you.
That boy is nice.
When he laces up, I hope he goes off. I don't care who he plays.
I mean, I typically have him in fantasy football, so I also hope he goes off. He's an automatic 7 catches, 110 yards.
It took him like two or three different leagues last year, and that was like the biggest kick in the face.
So, for this coming fantasy season, are you going to stick with Commissioner Gordon?
I don't know.
I feel like you got to switch it up now that Joe Mixon's out of there.
Joe Mixon is not Joe Mixon. It's Josh Gordon.
Well, I know, but you also kind of prided your name off of Joe Mixon too.
That was 1 year. Ooh,
that was the year you won it all, right?
No, this is my first time winning. It was this past year.
Oh yeah, asshole. Yeah, man, your team, you're scary. You're real scary when it comes to fantasy football. Because, like, I know sometimes, like, for your other leagues, you'll text me, like, yo, I'm dropping this guy for this guy. And I sit there and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? But then, like, it just works out perfectly for you in, like, the most crazy scenario. And you just look like a genius.
I showed you this fantasy baseball league, right?
I don't think so. I'm not into fantasy baseball as much.
I'll show you into it. I just want you to know my team is like top tier.
Yeah.
I don't know who drafted it. I did it somehow, but it was like Billy Bean on steroids. Like, it was.
Sounds about right.
I have every position locked up to a point where I don't have any reserves. My reserves are pitching.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And one of those reserves I have wasted right now on Devin Williams.
No, that's fine. Stash
and
him.
Like,
He'll be back.
I'm full fine with it. But like, it was a weird, like, I don't have any relievers on this team. Well, I'm just going to take him. But I have like Glass now, Max Fried, Dylan Cease.
Didn't Fried... Oh, God. Didn't Fried just throw a shutout after, like, less than 100 pitches?
Yeah, you want to hear something dumb?
Huh.
So, I told you this app is a little funky. I was like, why can't I see who's playing today?
Right.
I know with fantasy football, like, it always say like a green check mark or starting, whatever.
Yeah.
I just wasn't able to see it. And I was like, that is very, very interesting, whatever. So like, I was doing my own of going on MLB, seeing if any of my guys are going, whatever. I'm gonna fucking find out. I was setting my lineup for next week.
Nice.
So guess who missed out on Max Fried's shutout?
Wow. Hey, man, we've all been there. We've all been there.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still going to win this week. But it's very, very... I was so blown at just like looking at my phone, and I was like, why do I only have this many points? I had this many points yesterday.
Yeah.
And then like looking through my team, and I'm like, oh, that's May 5th. Yeah. That makes sense.
That's actually hilarious.
You live and learn. But
hey, man, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, you learn to look for dates, and I am currently right now, on the wrong week. So that should tell you how easy it is to get on the wrong week.
You better win next week. I know that you're prepared now.
Just like predicting all these guys to do good next week too. That's great. Baseball. Anything else interesting happen in baseball?
I know Gunnar Henderson's on a tear right now with Baltimore. Well, so I know the Astros are just looking terrible right now in the month of March. But the thing about the Astros is that they start out slow, and then once it hits like July, August, they just turn shit around. They'll probably be in the market for someone to trade for, blah, blah, blah.
So for whatever reason, Brock Bowers just started trending.
Oh boy, that can't be good. Is he smoking weed on camera?
No.
Damn it. I was going to say, fall to 26 or 25.
Dude, he is so good.
He's the best tight end prospect we've seen in a while. Ever since Aaron Hernandez. Oh, never mind.
Crazy. That team is crazy too. I'm not the Gators team with Cam and everybody that
Tebow. Yeah, dude. Don't they have a Netflix thing on them or something? Or is it 30 for 30? Something, right?
Somewhere. Have you not watched it?
No, I have to though.
I will not lie to you. It's a good watch.
I might watch that before I go to bed tonight after we're
It's
off
a
here.
good perspective opener, especially on that situation.
They got Tim Tebow preaching Bible verses on there.
No, but I do remember him talking.
Yeah, well, I got to hear him talk about Bible verses.
I can't tell you he does. But also,
Proverbs 3:15.
Yeah, that's just who he is, though. I won't lie to you. He is a really, really nice guy.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just think he overdoes it sometimes.
It seems a little overdone at
Yeah.
times. It's almost like he has to be, but also I think if he was ever to a dick to anybody, I think it would come off very, very douchey. He
was Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson was a thing.
Yeah.
So every time I just see something pertaining to Russell Wilson, I just get pissed off.
He's in Pittsburgh now. Let him rot in Pittsburgh. I mean, like, I guess he gets Justin. Oh my god, that's gonna be fun.
I will never forgive him for blowing that Rose Bowl game against Oregon back in 2011. I will never forgive him for that. Against a Chip Kelly team.
Against a Chip Kelly team.
I just, dude, it was bad. My dad and I went to that game. I vividly remember that because that was the year that he was having like heart attack symptoms at that game.
What?
Yeah, we went to the Rose Bowl game back in 2011, and we got the ticket. He got us tickets for Christmas, right? So I remember Christmas morning, opened up the envelope. There was two tickets, and they were like shiny, like tickets, right? Like, and I was like, "Holy shit!" He goes, "Yeah, we're going to the Rose Bowl." I was like, "Oh!" And at the time, I didn't realize how big the Rose Bowl game was compared to now, right?
Yeah.
Because I was 15. So I didn't really have much of an idea how amazing the Rose Bowl was. But we ended up getting tickets there, and we drove there. And I remember leaving the hotel that morning, and I just remember, like, before we left, my dad was in the bathroom, like brushing his teeth and all that shit. And he took aspirin, and it was more than just like 2 or 3, right? I was like, oh, okay. Didn't really think much of it. And then we get to the stadium. In the stadium, because it's in Pasadena, you got to park on the golf course.
Oh, yeah.
Stadium. So we park there, and we start walking up to the stadium. He's kind of short on breath. I'm like, you all right? He goes, yeah, just give me a minute. I'm like, okay. And I remember him saying something like, yeah, I should have catch my breath. I'm like, that's weird. Never really do that. So he finally gets his rest and walk in. We enjoy the game and all that stuff. They end up losing, and then we're walking out, and we finally get to our car and all that stuff, and we're trying to drive out of the fucking thing with a whole bunch of people just driving at the same time. And I remember we were driving out of the parking lot, and some fuck ass Oregon fan just like punched our car window, like our door window, for whatever reason. I don't. It could have been drunk. I don't know. He just punched it. And I remember my dad like put the car in park like immediately, and he was just fucking pissed. And he like got out the car, and he was like, "What the fuck was that for?" Blah 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 blah. But he was breathing so hard, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you are never like this, ever. And so we went back to the hotel that night, took more aspirin, drove home the next day, and he noticed, like, as we were driving home, he was like, I'm just always short on breath this past week. Like, I don't know. Like, I got checked out. So the day we get back, goes to the cardiologist. They run some tests on him. And the cardiologist guy was like, what medication have you been taking lately? He goes, just aspirin. He goes, how many? 6. And he goes, 6 aspirin? You take 6 aspirin a day? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, dude, that's the only reason why you're alive right now. He was like, excuse me? He was like, dude, yeah, your arteries are like 90% clogged. Like, we need to get you in like now. So I remember they took him to where was it? Banner over by Mesa Community College. That hospital.
Oh, yeah, down on
Yeah. So I remember it was me, my mom, my dad, and Trevor. We all took him there, got him admitted in there, and it was pretty, I wouldn't say like immediately, it wasn't like emergency surgery, but it was immediate. Like they were like, this is prioritized, like we got to get him in now, blah blah blah. So they took him in, and then we went out into the waiting room. And the funniest part is I remember when because they put stents in his arteries and all that stuff to clear it up. And as they were doing the procedure, my mom was like, all right, let's go get something to eat while we wait for your dad, blah, blah, blah. So what do? We go across the street and get some fucking McDonald's. We're like, dude, we're killing our arteries as he's unclogging his, like, irony.
Yeah, irony.
But, yeah, like, it was crazy. He was having a heart attack at the Rose Bowl.
It is a wild.
And he was only alive because he took 6 aspirin. Had he not taken 6 aspirin, there's a good chance he probably wouldn't have been here today.
Yeah, that is.
But it's crazy. It's like 6 aspirin saved this guy. 6 aspirin. That's all. And I remember him after he got out, of surgery. They were like, how do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, dude, like, I feel so much lighter. Like, beforehand, it felt like there was just an elephant sitting on my chest, just a whole bunch of pressure. It's like, Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, that's the Rose Bowl. That's my Rose Bowl story.
That is crazy.
And then the following year, Wisconsin plays Stanford in the Rose Bowl. Back, the year after. We go to that one, and we brought you remember Taylor Wazlowski? Remember him? I don't know if you guys ever met. I'm not sure. I think you guys met maybe once.
Yeah, maybe once, and then the last name is like.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah, really familiar.
Remember Zach Ben?
Yes. Yes.
He went with us too.
That's cool.
No heart attack that year. But Wisconsin still fucking lost, so.
Hey, it happens.
We lost to. I remember Ty Montgomery was on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And then he ended up becoming a Packer. Hated that guy. He had a fumbling issue like crazy.
He did. He was really bad.
He was a wide receiver converted to a running back. It's like, how do you think that's gonna fare? Like,
yeah, that boy's getting hit every play. He was really good out of the backfield. I will say that. It was deadly. It was deadly if they utilized him right, but it was just fumbling issue.
He was okay, but yeah, lots of ball security issues. It was frustrating.
Same issue. I get it. It's okay.
Well, Aaron Jones had the same issue too. Always fucking fumbled when it mattered.
That he did.
Do you remember Stephon Ridley, running back for the Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like public enemy number 1 when it comes to ball security. That dude had a fumble every other week. And I remember he was on my fantasy team the one year that he just had the biggest fumbling issue known to man. And I was like, just my luck. I draft a guy that doesn't know how to hold on to a football for a living. And he gets paid millions of dollars to do so.
What a scam.
And
that boy is a scam.
Yeah. There's a lot of scammers in the NFL, man. There's a lot of bank robbers out there. Kirk Cousins, prime example, number 1.
Yeah.
He tricked a lot of people.
Yeah, he did. I was like, not enough playoff wins.
He sucks. He's just not good. He was okay with Washington
I had to
for a
ask
little
Key
bit.
about that now because he used to back up Kirk so much.
Yeah, that's a tough hobby.
You can't pay me enough to back up Kirk Cousins.
No, it's like how Bears fans backed up Jay Cutler.
Yeah. I see that. That's the most valid thing I've ever heard said about Kirk Cousins.
You know, I don't know where I heard this from the other day, but his name dropped somewhere and instantly thought of you. I don't know if this is going to be a good or bad reaction out of you, but I'll just say it anyway. Carson Palmer.
It actually doesn't do too much to me. I was weirdly a Carson Palmer fan when he was a Bengal.
Were you really?
So him coming to the Cardinals was actually kind of like bittersweet because it was like, oh yeah, cool, he's a Cardinal, but it was like at one of those points in his career where I was like, why are we doing this? Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like, why are you here for?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You see, and I don't know if it was so much I was a Carson Palmer fan. I think I was a
optimistic Cardinal fan.
No. I was actually I was a closeted Bengal fan that was kind of like, I was a big Ocho guy, and then it kind of just kind of led into their excitement. I always thought that their white jerseys were just fuego.
Yeah,
just needed the helmet and they got it, but just quite literally, like I was always a Palmer guy.
Yeah,
it just when he got to the Cardinals, I was just always like, just why are we here? But also, was Kym our GM at the time?
Was he? Oh yeah,
I can't remember. I think that's one of his first.
He may have been
first
acquisition
transactions. Yeah. It is bittersweet, but I mean, you could have got more kick out of me with Larry because I'm still very upset about that.
Yeah, I feel like
walked away without nothing. Like straight up.
I feel like Larry never really officially announced his retirement.
No, and I feel like he can play tomorrow if he wanted to.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I feel like he's still in shape.
Yeah, I just think he's enjoying that. Like, I heard from somebody. Not gonna say who you. I know that in your head you know who I'm talking about when I say this. I had a conversation about like what he's doing now, and he actually lives up in that area, and he is enjoying his family life.
Sounds like JJ Watt.
Yeah, he's like his kids are like really keeping him busy because it's like I think his oldest is playing sports and doing a lot of extracurricular outside of school. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, so it's like he's like always on the move. So here he's really enjoying that, and it kind of made me feel better about him retiring. But it is still bittersweet because I still think he could suit up tomorrow if we needed him to.
You know,
big slot guy.
With tomorrow being the drafts and all, it kind of just brought me back when I worked at Verizon during COVID. And I told you this before, but it just came to mind. Remember I got to do business with Vance Joseph.
Really?
He was the defensive coordinator at the time for Arizona.
I remember you telling me about that.
And I remember he came in one day. It was just nobody was in there, and he walks on in. He was wearing like a Nike visor hat. He was wearing like a sports polo shirt. He had like the Nike shorts on, and it was all like tucked in and stuff. He just looked, like a coach would in public, And I was like, all right, like I'm getting the vibe that like this guy is like a somebody, because nobody just walks in with a fit like that, just a regular.
Right.
And I I didn't want to just make any assumptions, but when I pulled up his account and all that, sure enough, his name came up and it said V Joseph, and I was like, holy fucking shit. And I didn't make a big deal about it, and I kind of looked over at him, and I was in the process of like transferring all of his data from his old phone to his new phone, and we had time to kill and stuff, so I sparked up a conversation, kind of went, because the day after was the draft, and
right.
the following day was the draft, so like I kind of sat there and I went, so what do you think you guys are taking? And he kind of looked up and he was kind of like shocked for a second. He's like, oh. And I remember him talking about Mac Jones, and he wasn't saying like they were gunning for him, but he was like, hey man, like that kid could be something good with the right coaching staff. And I was like, hey, you know what, true that, man, talent more than I would.
Look at him where he's at now, and look where he's at. Yeah. Like, respectfully, I love Angie.
we were just shooting the shit just about.
That's so cool as fuck, though.
Yeah, no, he was cool, and I finally got his stuff all transferred over, and he was super grateful. And he goes, "Hey man, like my kids need an upgrade. Can I bring it in tomorrow if you're here?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. You let me know whatever you need." I was just trying to be like just helpful. I was like, yeah, man, just bring it in. Whatever you need, I got you. Let me know. Came in the next day, sure enough, with his 2 kids. Upgraded their iPhones. Cool dude. He was really nice. Very personable.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
You don't get that out of people in the NFL these days. It's just all about, you know who I am.
That is true. I think we have a couple of quick topics, because I think one of them we don't really care to talk about as of right now. At least I don't. The NBA playoffs the playoff picture's just fucking pitiful.
The National Blowout Association. Yes, sir.
It is the worst playoff. I think I've watched like 2 or 3 games, and I'll be completely honest with you, I've turned them off by the third quarter.
Yeah.
It is the worst set of playoff basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No,
Shout out Frank Vogel. Very pitiful with what the Suns look like. And honestly,
KD's dropping 35 tomorrow.
Yeah, he is. I'll take that and win.
I think he's going to come out pissed off. He's probably going to show Ant-Man. All right, you know what? See what I'm capable of. Let me show you something, young man.
Yeah, did you see that video that came out?
Oh, yeah. We were laughing at each other.
Ooh, that boy was...
Hey, that just means he's got his respect. I respect
does.
That.
I mean, I was like, if he didn't, he would have said something real quick.
He would have mean mugged him or something.
Yeah, he would have said something real quick. Shout out to Ant. I mean, like, he is the GOAT. I've been saying that for the past couple of years.
Future face of the league, man.
Dude is a dog. I hate that we're playing in round 1. I mean, like, that's just my only issue. If you give me a team that I could back up once we get bounced out of the playoffs, if it happens, it would be Minnesota. Yeah. So they have to beat us for that to happen. So.
Oh yeah.
They beat us. I'll take Minnesota all the way.
Well, at least you're not getting blown out by like Utah.
That is fair. Yeah. I'm surprised they have a team. Actually, they took one of our teams.
Yeah.
Weird how that segued into that. That was very weird. That was not supposed to happen.
That was unintentional.
The Coyotes sold last week, and we didn't really get to talk about it. But very sad for Arizona, up to an extent. I mean, the fact that the owner gets to keep the name and the records and everything means that he can just do it again later on if he chooses to. But
yeah.
Like, literally, I just think we need a new owner. I think that would be a good start.
In my humble sports take opinion, I don't really participate or anything hockey related, but I saw this whole thing kind of come about, and it confused me. It's like
that whole week was confusing.
You finally got some good talent, and now you're just shipping the team off.
The hype was there, dude, and it was just gone.
But to my understanding, they play in a college stadium.
Yeah.
It's not even that big, I guess.
And it's not. It's a good move for them, but it is definitely fairly interesting how that shit worked out. Especially from them actually putting out plans of coming out with the stadium, and then literally the mayor saying that, yeah, we didn't approve of this and blah, 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 whatever. And then the next week end up selling the team to Utah.
Coyotes had some sick looking jerseys too.
Those are our old school jerseys, dude.
Those are nice. I like those. The green ones, the dark green ones with like the coyote holding the hockey stick.
Literally just turned back to salmon because we agreed that we need a jersey to share one of those. I couldn't get anybody's name on it though, because
I couldn't tell you a single person's name on that team, but the jerseys look really nice.
You see what the dumbest can be is I can tell you that Shane Doan's kid plays, but I don't know his first name.
I think it's Jack. I remember seeing his debut on SportsCenter or something like that.
Like
I think it's goals. Jack. Yeah. Yep.
That boy came out hot too. Like that. That was the thing about them shipping off that team, was that they had that talent squad, and now we just don't have a team, which is depressing, but it's got to be how it's got to be.
Yeah, man, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You got to lose. Look at the Rams. St. Louis lost the Rams and went to LA.
Sure.
You got to wonder though, are people in St. Louis Rams fans? Like,
no.
You don't think so?
No.
I wonder how that works out for them.
A lot of them will be, but like I feel like there's a hatred towards that, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a lot of backlash when it first happened. So,
yeah, I wonder how like legitimate Coyote fans are feeling about that. If they're going to be like, well, I'll still watch them in Utah or wherever.
We're going to have to find some. Listen, I'm going to do some social media digging, and hopefully I could come across Coyotes Twitter and.
Yeah, all 3 fans. Good luck.
You're a dick for that.
It's being reasonable, allegedly.
Yeah, we are being reasonable. Yeah. But I think that's all I got for this week.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some more stuff that pops up as the week goes by, and we're going to just miss it by a day or two. And we're going to be like, oh, are you kidding me? This could have happened 3 days ago.
Really? Wait, it always happens. And I mean, we got playoff basketball the next couple of days. I have wedding festivities the next couple of days, and then the Savannah Banana game on Saturday. So that's going to be very interesting for next week. So
that's funny. My boss was talking about that today.
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas are in town. I was like, yeah, they are.
I'm excited to go to it.
They light their bats on fire. Haha.
They do light their bats on fire. They got to boil kids.
They hit the gritty after every walk they take.
Jesus. Yeah, they do. That's gonna be. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
A circus in baseball. I mean, that's all we gotta go for, right?
Oh yeah, it's a huge entertainment grab. You gotta respect it.
I think if you read the Tuxedo Guy's background on it, it makes a little bit more sense. He took a Walt Disney approach from it, and it kind of like made more sense when I looked at it that way. So,
and you got your wedding festivities too. I know I got invited.
Are you going?
It was like a last second invite, but
Are you going?
I have shit going on Friday night.
No.
Well, I got to work until 5, brother, and then I got to play 4 games of softball.
No, you tell them that they need to find a DH.
Well, it's a little too late for that because they can't find literally anybody else. And I'm not DHing. I'm actually playing in the field. So that's how desperate they are.
Yeah, that is tough. That is very tough. You're not going to see me in a suit.
You know, maybe I can make an exception. I can make an exception.
That is what I'm saying. If you don't make the exceptions, at least see me and Matt in a suit.
I do know that it's going to go on until about 10 maybe 11.
Yeah. But you're going to miss all the fun. You got to at least show up for the back end part and party with us.
I can probably make a late appearance. I know it's not going to just end at 10, so
I hope it doesn't.
No, it's going to end at 1 in the morning. I know you guys. I know you fuckers.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Shout out Matt and Vanessa, because I hope that is actually going to be super sick this week.
Congratulations.
Finally tying the knot. I'm happy for you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
That being said, guys, I think we will see you guys next week around this time. Shout out you guys. Thanks for coming back for another episode. We'll see you guys next week.